I was born with 2 vaginas. This is what it looks like. Ask me anything. Hi. I was born with complete uterus didelphys. There are many degrees of this mutation, but I have the most severe. I have 2 separate vaginas, 1 labia and clit. Each vagina has its own reproductive system that angles outwards towards each hip. On each vagina I have a cervix, uterus and only 1 ovary attached. I posted on here a few years ago, actually when I was an escort here in Australia, where in-person sex work is completely legal, and I was able to use one for work and keep one for my boyfriend. Haha, it worked well for us, emotionally and physically made work a lot easier. It definitely had its advantages. Anywho, since then I've had 2 babies from my right side via C-section, both babies extremely small. I want another baby, but we have to use my left side, I've been told, and unfortunately I don't orgasm from this side often, so I am rethinking my decision. I am now married though, in an open relationship, and we make content together. I drew a pic of it to make more sense. I've had a couple of people ask if I can do an AMA. And yes, this is 100% real. I have a photo of both uteruses taken during my C-section and have provided medical records. There's also videos online. So clearly I can't lie about this. Ask me anything. Red heart diagram of what it looks like. Link medical records with legal name withheld for privacy. Sent to mods. Link NSFW medical image of both uteruses taken during my C-section. Link. Wait a min. 1 vag for work and 1 vag for the boyfriend? My mind is fucking blown. Yes, it was great. I used my right for home, personal life, and the left side was for escorting. Haha, as I said below, I actually tried to keep it secret. There are review platforms here and I didn't want it public knowledge. In bookings, due to safety, I always put the condom on and guide in. So I always went left. Occasionally it would slip right, so I would move my body a bit to change it. I did have a heap of guys figure out there were 2 holes though. One was a gyna, so that wasn't fun. He turned the booking into a medical exam and then I had to fuck him. It was horrible, haha. Another thought id had a sex change maybe, or was intersex or something. He was real freaked out, but usually they're shocked and excited. Kangaroos and koalas have 3 vaginas. Do you think it's an Australian thing? Haha, love this. I mean, I should be added to the national symbols next to the kangaroo for sure. So I guess you have 2 periods as well? Are the cycles synchronized? Yes, I do. It sucks. They sometimes are a day or 2 off, so one might start just before the other, or like ATM, my right one goes linger as I had a baby 6 months ago. So I need to use 2 tampons at the same time and then just whichever one is longer. You mentioned you only have 1 clit. Do you know what the internal structure is like? Like normally it's a wishbone that wraps around the canal. So does it wrap around both canals for you or just one? I am actually not sure. It's in the center at the top, sort of far away from both of them. My urethra is in the center of the wall between each vagina, so that's in a weird spot. I forgot to add it to my diagram, haha. So a clit actually has an internal part that wraps around muscles of the vagina. If I had to guess, your 1 clit wraps around your right vagina, and that's why the left is harder to orgasm from. What do you think? You could be correct. I actually never thought too much about it, haha. My husband just always goes right, less effort. If only I liked girls. We could rule the world. Did you see the 2 clits ladies ama? No, I didn't, but I actually think she messaged me on TikTok. Just wow. So can you use one as everyday, and save one for special occasions? Don't mean to be crude, but you have put it out there. Yes, sure can. My husband and I are quite open, so if I am with another guy I'll always use the left side. The right is like my commitment to him, haha. Yeah, the right I can orgasm easier from, the left is hard work, so I give the husband the easiest task. Everyone's a winner. You ever refer to them as port or starboard? You also got the stern in the back. If not, then missed opportunity. I'll bring this up mid-sex with hubby next time. Sorry, I've got to ask. Have you ever had a threesome and tried double penetration with them? The only question, half of us came here for a no answer. She could say, the angles wouldn't work, and we'd all be fine with that response, but no. Link, she was asked about it in an older AMA. TLDR. No, but she'd like to try. Why stop at 2? She could go full pinwheel with triple penetration. Fearnit. Yep, they both feel very different as they angle outwards, they aren't straight. So depends on the size and shape and position as to which feels better. My husband is bent for example, so I prefer the right in missionary but left in doggy. Is there a particular vagina that you seem to receive more pleasure from? Right as my fav left gets neglected, haha, hence why I used it for work. Reading that your boyfriend hits one and your clients hit the other is hilarious to me. Are gynecologists utterly fascinated by your condition? How do they react the first time you've met with them? Yeah, they don't come across the severe mutation. Often I have to explain it to GPs, they've never even heard of it. During puberty, did you tell friends? Or was this kept secret? Also, did your period start at different times in your life, or did it not matter? I kept it a secret. Kids are mean. I didn't want to be teased, and more than I already was. So I didn't actually find out what was up until I was 20. I am not sure period. I assume as it's hormonal. Both were at the same time. When I got my period at 13, I wasn't aware I had 2 holes. I always tried one tampon like normal and it never worked. I still bled obvs I had the other vagina there. As I was older and realized something was up, I avoided a lot of sex etc. because I wasn't sure what I had. I fell pregnant, and I may get some hate on here, but I am pro-choice and I am lucky to live in Australia. I decided to not go through with the pregnancy, and that's when it was discovered. I was 20. So 2 in the pink on in the stink, is more of a bowling ball grip? Ha, this is my favorite. Yes, like a bowling ball, not as many germs though. During fun time with yourself, have you tried using 2 dildos? How did it feel like? Yes, all the time, really intense. I use one during sex, 2 in the other side. I mean, we can do this with standard pussy girls. Fucking with a vibe in the other hole. It's called the Adele, hello from the other side. So one vagina is for work and the other is for your boyfriend? Do your clients try to use your boyfriend's vagina instead of the work vagina? Never thought I would ever type that sentence. Do you stop them or let them know they only get that vagina? Do you do anything if they proceed anyway? Also, any reason you picked that one? I actually wouldn't tell clients unless they figured out something was up. In Australia there are these review forums for escorts, and I didn't want to make it on there having 2 vags because you could imagine the kinds of requests that would come in. Usually with escorting everything is up to us. Due to safety we put the condom on and direct them in, so I was always able to direct to the left. Fingering I didn't allow because men are so aggressive, this needs to be public knowledge. Occasionally it would slip in the right side depending on position and their size and shape, and it'd quickly move my body to make it go back, haha. I did have a heap of clients figure it out. Of course one was unfortunately a gynecologist and it turned into like a medical exam, and no one wants to fuck their gyna. Tears of joy. Oh, and I picked the right because I orgasm way easier. It's just always been my fav. Have you taken any drawing classes? Have you ever met the guy with 2 penises? He's a fake apparently, but if someone with 2 penises does exist, I would love to meet them. Since no one else said this, congratulations on your babies. How are you enjoying, or not enjoying? That's okay too. Motherhood? Aw, thanks so much. It's so much harder than I expected. I had my son June 2021 and my daughter June 2022, so they are both very small and need a lot of my time. It's the best and most rewarding gift in the world, though I would do anything for them. Do your parents know about this, and do they feel bad that they never noticed when you were a baby? Yes, especially my mum, as she actually worked in a reproductive clinic for IVF as a nurse, haha, so it was a huge shock to her. Did you choose to be an escort because of that natural gift, or is that just a coincidence? I actually have a degree in healthcare, but I've always been sexually open and adventurous. I was a handful for my parents. The adult industry always intrigued me. So I quit my secure, respectful job and dived into it. I knew I'd have an upper hand benefits due to my condition, but it wasn't the reason I chose to try escorting. I never openly advertised it. Do you need to get pap smears from both sides? Yes, I have 2 pap smears, I need 2 STD checks and I can also have thrush etc. just in one of them. My right side has had abnormal smears so I need them more regularly in that one. When you were pregnant, did you still get a period from the other one? I had breakthrough bleeding in one side but hormones should regulate the cycle so when pregnant technically I should ovulate in the other but it could happen. At what point in the relationship did you tell your husband? Or was it just a surprise and see if he noticed? I always tell guys in my personal life before we have sex so they aren't terrified, they never believe me until I show them it's funny. I live in Gold Coast, QLD, Australia. It's a holiday destination in paradise. I am so happy here I don't really ever feel like I need to holiday haha plus I have 2 tiny babies, they're 6 months and 1.5 years, born exactly 12 months apart. So let's be honest, I am not going anywhere anytime soon. It's a thick wall like thick cartilage, it's where my urethra sits too, like in the center of both. But then they sort of go out into a V shape away from each other. The mutation is actually more common than you think but often it's a bicornate uterus or as you said above 1 vagina with 2 cervix or 1 vagina 1 cervix 2 uterus etc. My condition is the most severe form of the mutation where I have 2 of everything and separate vaginas and both are fully functional. Just childbirth being high risk, I can't give birth vaginally and my babies are tiny, one needed a lot of care in hosp for a few weeks. Also 2 pap smears so I have a higher risk of cervical issues with 2 cervixes. I should add dim very lucky to conceive. I was told it would be impossible as it's unknown if both ovaries release an egg every month or they take in turns so there's no way to know which side to have sex in each month.